Hey everybody, this is the second week of the CrossFit Open and 21.2 is 17.1, which means this is the repeat of the workout from 2017 when Dave Castro introduced dumbbell and dumbbell snatch to the Open. And although this movement was already known in the CrossFit community, it wasn't really used in general too much at the programming of the competitions, or not just competitions but the classes of the general public as well. But since then I'm really glad that Dave introduced this movement, because since then the dumbbell has been used so much more, which is beneficial for everybody, because it's such a great movement. So let's get straight into the workout. The workout is ascending reps of dumbbell snatches, and after each set of dumbbell snatches we have the same amount, 15 burpee box jump overs. And my tips for today are: first of all, know your strength, or actually limits, and plan the workout accordingly. What I mean by that is you should know whether you like or hate burpees, whether you are good at them or actually might suck at them, and how heavy and how technical dumbbell snatches are for you. If you can do at this moment 10 unbroken and then you're dead and you need a big break, maybe 10s are not the best plan for you for this workout, but you can still do this workout if you plan well. On the other hand, if you can do 3, 2, 1, go 100 unbroken right now, then I would recommend not breaking the dumbbell snatches at all. And it's the same about the burpees, but we will get back to the first point throughout this video. The second point is the dumbbell snatch. There are some technical things that I want to speak to you about. The first one is switching arms, the second one is the stance, and the third one is using quads or hammies and lower back, the posterior chain. So let's get to the dumbbell. Dumbbell should be switched by everybody midair, meaning I'm just gonna go on my knees here so that you see my arms. Meaning it's so much more efficient and so much faster to switch your hands midair before going to the next rep. Switch the hands midair. To this, if you practice it, you're gonna get efficient in it. When you get efficient in it, you're never again gonna think about switching the arms on the ground. Everybody can do that. You just have to find the correct place where you switch. Up until this year, the dumbbell snatches needed to be switched under the top of your head. This year, this rule was erased, so you can switch your hands anywhere, even at the top. When you finish the rep, you can grab the other hand and go for the other rep. But my tip for this one is always switch your hands above your chest. The important thing for this is that when you look at the dumbbell, it's going down and it gets into this vertical position. You can just re-grab and go to the other hand. If you go under the chest, the dumbbell starts turning because you're preparing to touch the both hands at the same time on the ground, and the gravity is turning it. And if you go grab it with the other hand, you just can't pull it out, it sticks there. So my first rule is everybody learn, practice to switch hands midair. And the other thing is switch hands above your chest. The other thing is about your stance. If you have a look at the announcement video, both guys, Quant and Medeiros 2, have a really wide stance for the snatches. I believe it's because you are making the movement a little bit more efficient by having the ground closer to you, so smaller range of motion, and also we are saving our back with this one. You probably know that deadlift world record is set, or like the heaviest weight ever lifted is with a wide stance, a sumo deadlift, and not regular deadlift. So if your regular stance is something like this, go a little bit wider today, try it, and try to switch and do the reps this way. You can have a look at the guys and take inspiration from there. The last thing is Uh, the quads and hemis. From your CrossFit experience or life experience, you probably know whether you like more squats or you like more deadlifts. If you are a squat guy or girl, use your quads. Meaning, when you do go down into the squat, you can look at the announcement video, and the soldier lady did it exactly like this. Go more into the squat when you do the snatches. Use your quads. They will burn, but you will save your back. If you are more of a back and hamstring dominant, meaning you can deadlift forever and your back never gets sore, then definitely go for the other version when you are leaning forward much more, using much less squats, bending your knees much less, and saving those quadriceps for the burpee box jump overs. And we are going straight to the burpee box jump overs. There are a couple of things here as well. My first and foremost important rule is keep moving. No matter what kind of burpees you do, no matter whether you want to finish the workout in a time cap, or you want to go out around 15 minutes, or you want to beat the world record that is under 10 minutes, you need to be moving at all times, especially on the burpees, which are gonna make your time much slower than the dumbbell itself. So the rule is keep moving. Don't just look at the ground. No matter what your technique is, what your style is, what you plan, just keep moving. One leg, other leg, jump. One leg, other leg, down. One leg, other leg, and then going back up. Find the rhythm. It can be really slow. Just keep moving, because if you are standing around, the seconds are going up, but the reps are staying the same. Other thing for the burpees is you probably realize by now that you can do the burpees by not just jumping but also stepping. So it's absolutely okay to step back, lie down on the ground, step back up, stand up, stand to the box, jump up, that's required, then maybe turn on the box, step down on the top of the box, and then step down to the burpee. That's absolutely okay. If you want a time between 15 and 20 minutes, probably that is the most efficient technique for you. You can be really efficient with this and maybe go around 80-90 second rounds on the burpees with this technique, and be really strong on the dumbbells and go sub 15 minutes. That's also possible. But if you want to go sub 13, sub 12, maybe even sub 11, you need to be jumping at all times. That's the only way to get that result. So you jump out, jump in, jump on the box, jump down from the box, and jump down to the ground. So choose your technique. You can also alternate. I recommend everybody jumping for the last set and maybe jumping not really fast, not at 100%, but maybe at 80 for the first set as well. When you are only after 10 dumbbell snatches and you are still fresh, you can save some valuable time. The last thing for the burpees is half thirds. I'm not gonna jump on my little stool here because it's gonna break, but the half turn is meaning, so whether you jump to the box or you step into the box, you already try turning a little bit sideways. So you are lying like this, you jump up, you turn a little bit, you always a little bit of half turn, then you jump on the top of the box, I will just step on it, you are already turned a little bit more, and when you jump down or step down, you turn, you finish the full turn. This is also absolutely okay, it's by the standard, by the rules, and it's gonna save you a lot of time, because if you just jump up, and then you step down or jump down, and then you start turning and going to the next rep, it's taking time away from you, and maybe mentally it's harder, because there is a place for you to rest, and that rest is actually not going to help you at all. The last thing that I want to talk to you about is transitions. There is so much time lost in the transitions in workouts. But if you know that you don't need to rest so much between the exercises, then maybe you can save some time. My transitions were 3 to 5 seconds because I knew that even when the snatches after the burpees suck because my heart rate is really high, and I feel like needing a big rest after that, I knew that the change of the motion, the movement, the group of muscles will get me to a better place. So even though the first 2-3 reps suck at the beginning of the dumbbell snatches, it will get actually better, maybe not for your back or your hammies or your quads, but for your breathing in your head, it will definitely get better after 10-20 reps in the dumbbell snatches. So try to minimize the transitions, force yourself to move, not just from burpees to dumbbells, but from dumbbells to burpees as well, because there is no reason in the world to just look at the ground after dumbbell snatches. You can start moving, even just stepping right away. If you want to break and you know you need to break the dumbbell snatches, this is my last really little tip for you. For example, you plan to break the dumbbell snatches into 10s exactly every set. That's great. You can be really fast with that as well. Then my very important tip is that you make a break. You look straight on the clock because you have the timer anyway, and you measure your time, and you measure your time to be exactly 10 seconds, or I would say a minimum of 8 and a maximum of 15 seconds will make the next set possible. It will help you rest, but it will not make you lose so much valuable time. So guys, know your strengths and limit and plan the whole workout accordingly. There are some small things here and there with the dumbbells and the burpees that might help you be more efficient. But all in all, it's an open workout and it's all in your head. But if you plan, you can be ready for the workout. Don't think that this is gonna be an easy workout. Be prepared that it will hurt and you will be boiling and you will be forced to move in that feeling. But you knew what you signed up for when you signed up for the Open. This is the Open, so we're gonna expect this. And I hope every one of you will do great. Send me some feedback if you liked the video or you didn't like, if it helped or didn't. I'm always really happy to read your feedbacks. And as always, grind smart.